Okay, I'm recording this to show that the PS5's streaming is surprisingly good. I've played Remote Play on my Xbox Series X using the provided app and an Xbox controller on my phone. It was 720p 60 or 1080p 60 or something like that, and that's like the baseline. No HDR streaming and nothing like that. This is a custom app, but the regular app also does, HDR streaming on PS5. And in addition to that, this app, which costs like $10, it's very worth it. In addition to 1080p 60, you can also choose the bitrate manually instead of just having the app decide for you if you want. It has better decoders. It's got tons of different options for, aspect ratio. You can disable picture-in-picture mode, unlike the regular app by Sony. And there's just tons of little optimizations. But by far the best feature is native USB gamepad mode. If you're playing a PS5 game, it'll actually use the DualSense's haptic triggers, haptic feedback, and adaptive triggers, when connected via a cable. And I've got a short cable connected. And just, you can customize the overlay. You can turn it off entirely, which I've done here, since I am using a real DualSense with a phone holder. You can turn off the polling rate for the controller compared to the default, and just tons and tons of customizations if you want to do that. You can disable rotation. The official app rotates to portrait, and that might not be what you want. This app lets you lock that for the entire app while you're streaming. And it even supports you. Oops, I just leaked my ID. I don't give a crap. It's probably fine. And as if that wasn't enough, you can also use it as a gamepad in case you want to play 4 players but you've only got 3 controllers. Well, one person can use your phone. Or maybe you can use your phone if you feel like it. I don't know. And I have here a great demonstration of the latency we're talking about, which is Patapon Remastered. It's a rhythm game, so it's not just a rhythm game, but it's a vector clean art game that is very much benefiting from the OLED screen of my phone. And I was surprised by how good the latency was. And by the way, I'm recording my screen right now, which should add extra latency. And 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, my timing is off. The stream, however, is not. Almost. There we go. By the way, this game has pretty tight, timing on the rhythm. I've tried playing it in an emulator. Oh yeah, I'm just talking over the game. I've tried playing it in an emulator, like a PSP emulator, and what I found is the sound latency combined with the input lag of touch displays, the one I had at the time, and there are so many things that can go wrong when emulating a rhythm game. So many things. And you would think that the same would apply to streaming. To be fair, my PS5 is connected to Ethernet, which it should be. My router supports gigabit. It's the Ace X68U from Asus. And it is 5 gigahertz. Everything is optimal here. So, your mileage may vary depending on your setup and what router you have, or if you're trying to stream from outside your home, I imagine it wouldn't work just as good. And I can actually try that, which I will do now. I haven't done that before. I'm turning off my Wi-Fi. Just gonna disconnect me from my PS5, and you can see I'm connected to 5G now. I have set up a manual connection. Just connect. The PS5 is already on. Pardon, it's winter. Connection failure. I did disable. Oops, I forgot I disabled port forwarding. Uh, because it should use universal plug and play instead. I don't think I got universal plug and play working for this specifically. Might need to pause the recording and just go and set that up real quick. Might need to. Could take a few minutes. Testing connection. Again, I am on 5G, so I think it's setting up universal plug and play now. Possibly. Or something akin to it that will let me connect without having manually forwarded a port. I'll just pause the recording. Well, that didn't take long. Literally just 2 seconds after I paused. Okay. This is now connected via 5G, not Wi-Fi. Oops. I need to focus. Sorry. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Streamer, never heard of her. Anyway, I think that's probably going to wrap it up for my. Well, of course, I can do more stuff. Like, I don't need to just play Patapon, but it's a good example of where latency really matters. There are a couple of frame drops here and there, or it could also be just decoding stutter on my phone, since it doesn't have variable refresh. It literally could just be the encoding of a video and has nothing to do with the actual performance. Or rather, a representation of a video. Android is a mess, VSync is a mess, and the PS5 is running with 4K 60Hz. 120Hz is enabled if a game requires it. VRR is enabled for all games, even unsupported. There could be a number of things causing this, including my phone, which is a Galaxy S23 Ultra. The network could be literally anything. But the minor presentation stutters don't affect the game. It hasn't affected a single game that I've tried so far. I'm going to save and switch over to Astro's Playroom just to show what I'm talking about. By the way, this is set to 1080p 60. I showed the settings. Hold the button, and here's Astro's Playroom. I would not play Gran Turismo 7 over streaming, even if it was, solid streaming, just because that game looks so good that I want to play it on a big screen. And obviously, so I can have better controls while not holding the DualSense in my hand like this. Oh yeah, you saw me rotate, that's because I'm pacing around my apartment. It saw me rotate the DualSense. Aww. The CPU is playing PS Vita. Or was that PSP? Hello. Aww. Again, 5G. And there are some stutters here and there. I'm not sure if it's the stream struggling to decode on my phone. If it's the network, could be the network. Should be adjusting the bitrate if that was the case, though. Could be a number of things. But the end result is I can play this with seemingly minimal latency. And my PS5 in my home with 5G potentially outside my home. Right now I am at home. And it just works. It just works. It's performant. It looks good. It's even got HDR on my phone display. It has everything I would want out of a streaming app. It's great.